Still says 1080p. It's weird. Alright, it looks like health check is okay. We could be live. Do you want to check it?
We're live. I see me.
Ooh. You might want to just turn down your volume a little.
We're live. Nobody is here yet.
That's okay. So, do you want to wait?
Probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird watching me do stuff I've already done.
Right. Because the delay.
Oh, somebody's here. Hi. I don't know who it is.
It could be counting you.
I said zero, but this is me.
Oh. How's the quality look?
It looks pretty good. It's a little bit dark, but not too dark.
Oh, okay. So we're just trying to test the lighting, the angles, and all that good stuff here on live. And we're just waiting to see if anybody joins in. It is 10:53 at night here Eastern time on the East Coast. So, and we are very far from our router. So the quality could be pretty poor. It's showing half signal here. Do you want to get started?
We can.
Huh?
We can, because
Okay.
they can always watch the playback.
Right. All right, so we want to make a special announcement here. We got a gift in the mail. This is not sponsored by any company whatsoever. All right, I see two, so we got somebody. You never know who it's going to be.
Nope.
I don't know.
I only have one.
Oh, you only have one? I saw two.
Like, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Here.
It is weird. We see a delay here on the live on here, so it's kind of weird because it's behind a few seconds.
Yourself doing something you already did. It's
Yes.
bizarre.
All right, I'm just watching my angle on here to make sure you guys can see good. Oh, we just got out of our live. We might have been the only one in there too. Are we back in? We're back in.
We're back in.
What are you gonna do? Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, so we wanted to talk about a gift that we just received. Believe it or not, it's Christmas in October. We got a Christmas gift early, and it's a electronic product that's not even out yet. And we're very excited to use it, but we didn't want to use it until we share it with you guys. We know a lot of channels right now, when you're new, we all support each other. So this could be very helpful information. And just waiting for her to finish up here.
Sorry. I don't have a picture.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's an electronic piece of equipment here. And we ended up buying one about a month ago, and then we heard the announcement that this one was coming out, and we returned it just in the nick of time because, of course, we didn't want to buy two of them. How's that looking? So we're just posting to Instagram right now. I guess we should have done this before the live stream.
I think so, yeah. You can keep talking.
Oh, so we have been using our phones a lot to record, and it is quite a challenge because you're always filling up the storage on your phone. We do have all of our stuff go to Google Photos.
Hey, Big D, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Bidley. And Chopper.
And Chopper.
Can't forget about Chopper. How'd you figure out who was in here?
Because Big D said hello.
Okay. So anyway, whether we got anybody or not, we just wanted to do this so we can go ahead and get this show on the road here.
Yes.
So we received today, it's not even out yet till Sunday,
Very excited.
a GoPro 8 Black Hero 8. We are very excited about this because this camera right here is, I think, the first time that GoPro ever kind of made a camera that's geared towards vloggers. We had the 7 Black, which is just before this, and there's a lot of new features that this one has that the GoPro 7 Black does not.
Yes.
So, did she say she's not? Oh, anyway. So, this camera, we're going to go ahead and open it up here, and I guess it's an unboxing. And
Hey, TB.
TBABTMC, it's only like 7 o'clock there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm glad you tuned in because this could be very helpful for you as well. We had the GoPro 7 Black just a few weeks ago. We just bought it, and we heard that GoPro might be making an announcement. So we decided to return it just in the nick of time. And we waited, and this is not sponsored by anybody,
No.
but Grandma and Grandpa, because they're the ones who decided to give us an early Christmas gift. And they pre-ordered it, and it just arrived yesterday. The release date for the United States for the GoPro 8 Black isn't until Sunday,
Yeah, it's Sunday.
so we actually got it early. If you look this camera up on YouTube, of course, there's already a lot of videos on it because it's come out in other countries earlier. But I want to go over the features, and I don't remember anything when I'm talking on camera because still kind of camera freaked out. But I wrote a bunch of stuff down over here. So,
Hi, Kyle. Thanks
we're-
for joining us.
we're adding up in here. So,
So we just got the new GoPro. This is not sponsored.
no. As I said, Grandma and Grandpa, which would be her parents, went ahead and pre-ordered this because they knew we had the 7 and we wanted the 8. So they surprised us at dinner and told us that they were going to do that. So thank you, Grandma and Grandpa,
Thank
if you're
you.
watching.
It's Christmas in October.
It is. And so we just want to share with you guys like all the new features that this camera has because I think it could be helpful for family vloggers especially.
Say hi, everybody.
That's kind of the point I want to make here with this camera because I think it's one of the best things for family vloggers when you're handling kids. You got a lot of stuff you're carrying. This thing's just so tiny and compact, and they actually made it tougher too. So
if Melia starts having a hard time or something and it gets thrown to the ground, it should be able to handle any hit that it takes.
And even if she's like running around the house and throws it in the toilet, as long as she doesn't flush it,
Yeah.
it will survive it because the toilet's not 33 feet deep.
Yeah, it can go 33 feet deep.
That's not a new improvement, of course. The GoPros, I think, have been 33 feet deep for a while now.
I think the 7 was as well.
Yeah, so it says it actually right here on the side, I think.
Yeah, it's down here with the fish.
Oh, I think you'll have to get pretty close for them. No, it's fine. So that's the first thing I want to say. Of course, it's waterproof. We live in Florida, so we have ocean on both sides. So this will be really handy if we're going to the ocean. Not sure how it will do with salt water. TBAB could also bring it to the ocean. The lens on it from the 7, I can't show you right now because we haven't opened it yet. But the lens used to stick out a little bit further on the side here, and I was kind of worried about that because it stuck so far out. Even if you set it down in a hurry, you might set the lens down on something. So now the lens actually doesn't come off anymore, so if you break the lens, it does have to be sent back. But it is a lot smaller there, and it doesn't, they were saying because of this smaller lens, it doesn't fog up as easy. So we're going to go ahead and open it up here. Right, there's a special blue strip that's on every single GoPro, I think. So here we go. I wish we had like some sound effects, like a drum roll.
Duh.
And here we go.
You ready?
Here we go to a new chapter.
Woo!
All right, let's see. Grandma and Grandpa got this.
Say thanks, Grandma.
They got you
and
the
Papa.
camera. So we can't say it's not sponsored by anybody because Grandma and Grandpa got it. But so here's
No
how the
companies.
GoPro comes. It's attached for. I mean, a lot of people know these cameras, obviously, but it's attached right there, and every GoPro usually comes like that. So you literally got to turn this right here. I know, isn't that cool? Alright, so there it is. Now I'm going to show you guys one really cool thing from any other GoPro to this one. Before you needed a case and you'd have to slide the
Thank
case.
you, TV.
You'd
You
have
put
to-
a drum in there for us for the drum roll effect.
Thanks for the drum roll. So before you needed a case for the GoPro in order to mount it to anything, and it was kind of a pain. It was the first time we used a GoPro with the 7, and you kind of had to like slide it into the case, locate your thumbprints on everything. Now what GoPro has done here on the bottom, this mount used to be on the case, and now it's actually built right into the GoPro. So right there is just an insanely much better feature than the old one. So you actually, it's actually more compact now because you don't need that case anymore to carry with you. You might lose it, you might forget it. So I love how this is just built right in. And so with that built right in now, all you do, we haven't even opened this yet. We got the Joby tripod. It's got like the bendable legs, so if you're like out in the middle of a field and there's a tree, you can actually just bend the leg and attach it to the tree. So, let's go ahead and just put this on real quick. It's never been opened. So I've never done this before, so let's see what happens. So normally, this is the point where you'd be sliding it into a case. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see if it just slides down in. Alright, there we go. Line up the screw. And then essentially it should just pass through.
Isn't that cool, buddy?
And
Can you say
voila.
hi, everybody?
There we go. We got the GoPro on the tripod for the first time ever.
Awesome.
And then, like I said, these are bendable. So
What's wrong?
depending on
You
how
tired?
you want it, you can just go ahead, set it down like a tripod. Obviously, that's very crooked. The legs are bendable, so I guess that will take time to get used to getting,
Like
you
the
know,
straight
yeah,
shot.
So, but what's cool, like I said, if you're somewhere where you can make these transformer legs grab onto something,
Right.
and then you're all set no matter where you're at. So this is the Joby. It is more expensive. They do have, cheaper brand names that you could get, but I'm not so sure how long they would last for. Who am I talking to here? Hi, Kyle. Hi, Big D and Chopper.
And somebody else that I do
So
not know.
thank
who
you
it
for
is.
stopping by. We definitely appreciate you. We didn't know if we were going to have anybody or not, but we were going to continue to roll on despite if we were talking to ourselves or not. So I got some notes. As I said, waterproof. That's one thing I want to go over for family vloggers.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a big deal.
Day at the pool, at the beach, whatever. You don't have to
the-
worry about your kids getting the camera wet.
The lens here, the new lens, if you can see better there, it's just before the old GoPro lens, like stuck out to like here. Let me see. I'm watching on the camera so we can get our right angle here.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's really good. So go to the side where they can see the lens depth. All right, that's good. Thank you. So my next thing is that the lens, GoPro claims that they made it 2 times stronger too. So like in their promotional video, they show like a dirt bike going by and it's like throwing up rocks at the lens, and I guess it doesn't break it.
You want to show them that?
The lens is 2 times stronger, and Isaac's got another item here.
Give it to Daddy. Let him show him.
If you guys order this camera from GoPro, no matter where you get this camera, it does not matter right now unless they're running a promotion I don't know about. The camera is $399, but we actually ordered it straight from GoPro. That's probably why we have it a few days early. And right here they actually include a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and you want to make sure if you want to do 4K that it is 4K. It says 4K up there at the top. It's only 32 gigs, so we might find ourselves unloading quite a bit. But hey, it was free, so
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that.
Kyle, I heard that you guys are having some pretty nasty weather over there. He's in Plant City.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I remember Kyle. I don't remember where we met Kyle, but I remember you. I think on Dakota and Family. Pretty sure.
It's from that tropical storm Nestor or whatever, I think.
We're actually possibly heading to Tampa area tomorrow.
Yep.
Don't touch the lens, buddy. So, next thing I want to talk about was GoPro is an action camera. Obviously, it's for people who are wakeboarding, snowboarding, dirt biking, mountain climbing, rock climbing. But as I said, they're starting to focus more on vloggers and YouTube. So one thing they've done is they've added a bunch of accessories to this. So you can actually, the Osmo Action Camera, people love it because there's a front screen here where you can see yourself, and that's good for us newbies because we don't know what we're doing. And so you can literally hold the camera like this, and you can see yourself on the Osmo Action. This one you can't, and everybody thought they might do it to compete with the Osmo Action Camera, but instead what they did is they made it an accessory to where a camera can attach, or screen can attach, and it can come up and around. So the screen would be sitting above it, and you'd be looking at it like that. However, a lot of people say you don't need a front-facing screen on this camera because it's the GoPro is known for a wide-angle lens. So as soon as you point it at yourself like that, you're pretty much picking up a very wide area beside you. So,
But if you don't have that modification, the GoPro captures such a wide angle, it's pretty easy to be able to get everything that you're trying to film in your shot because it covers such a wide area.
Yeah, it's really easy. Like with the phones and stuff, it's a little difficult, wondering if you're really chopping off half your head or whatever.
Right, like you only see like from your
but
nose
with
down.
this, I mean, it's pretty simple because that GoPro is known for the wide lens, which the downfall to that is with GoPro footage, you get a little bit of like a fishbowl effect to it. But you can also record in linear mode, and that takes away the fishbowl effect on the GoPro. So that's good to know. Let me look at my notes here and see. Oh, also you can, for the first time ever, add a light bar up top here. It's another accessory that you can add. Now, the thing is, these are all probably going to be like GoPro accessories at first, and they haven't come out yet.
I actually looked on the website today, and you can pre-order some of them starting in November, and the other ones not until December of this year.
Yeah.
You can't even pre-order.
Now, here's the big thing, guys. As you can see right now, our audio probably sounds not so great, because the camera is far from us right now. And as everybody says on YouTube, all the professional people that are trying to help us, they say that audio is very important. So another big addition to the GoPro this year for the first time ever is before there was no mic jack. You had to buy an adapter. I think it was around $50, and it plugged in, and it was like maybe about that big. It was like a little black box. And it would be hanging off the side of the GoPro unless you had like a really nice case that you could kind of push it up in. Now with this new GoPro, it's got a microphone jack on it, so you don't need that huge adapter hanging off the side. So once again, that makes it even more compact for family vlogging, less stuff to carry with us, less stuff to forget.
Right.
So we're really excited about that. And there's a mic coming out for it, right?
There is a mic coming out for it, and there's also what they're calling a media package, which has like a mic and a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
It's called the media mod. And then there's a light mod and a mic mod.
Okay, so here's something we didn't know. On the last GoPro 7 Black, it had live streaming, which is important. There's two other versions of the GoPro 7, the white and the silver. Now, those didn't have live stream.
Now that the 8's out, they are no longer selling the white, and I think even possibly the silver.
No, I think silver is still a good one.
I think it's just the white.
Right.
They're not
but silver I don't think can live stream.
No.
So in the GoPro 7, if you want to save money, you're better off getting the black. But we found out that with the GoPro 7 Black, it live streams in 720p, but this one now live streams in 1080p full HD. So that was a good bonus we didn't know about.
Clarice's Heart wants to know if there's a GoPro for beginners.
I would say that the GoPro 7 Black would be a good camera to save money, because now that this one has come out, you're going to save some money on that GoPro 7 Black. It's going to go down in price. So
Yeah.
give it a week or two, and you'll get a really good deal, and that's the perfect.
Yeah, because it comes out on Sunday. They're not out yet, but once they come out,
Right.
it should start to go down.
And that's the perfect camera, I think, for a beginner vlogger, because it's going to have a lot of good stuff still, like hyper smooth technology, which we'll go to in a second. Let me just make sure all my notes are good over here. Okay, so my last thing I want to talk about is hyper smooth technology. Now, we have a DJI Osmo. Do you want to grab it?
Yep, I can get it.
It's the DJI Osmo gimbal. If anybody's using their phone right now and you're starting out, you might want to look into these if you don't want to buy a GoPro. This is DJI. They make a lot of drones, and basically what happens with this is, and I'm sure some of you have seen it before, the phone just slides right in right here. You tighten the phone on the back here, and then once you turn it on, let me see. No, I don't want to use your phone. Basically, it angles the phone perfectly, and then no matter what you do, left, right, up, down, buddy, sit down, please. It will actually make your footage just look very still. And even this thing's got features to where, like, if someone's in front of you, you can actually lock it in on their face through the settings, and the gimbal will actually angle and follow them, and you just hold it still like that. So we've been using this for quite some time. It's really useful, but once again, speaking of GoPro and compact, this is a pain to carry everywhere.
3 kids, diaper bags, everything.
Amanda even shattered her phone. It was sitting in the car, and this is metal. It's pretty well built. And she just dropped the phone from where she was sitting in the car, and this was down on the center console near the shifter, and it cracked her phone. It shattered the screen. So, but this is a good product. It works good, but with the GoPro technology, you don't need these big clunky things anymore.
And they even improved it from the 7 to the 8, which is amazing.
Okay, so GoPro 7 Black and the GoPro, I don't know if the other ones had it in the GoPro 7 series, but that was the first time that they came up with the hyper smooth technology. So you could literally shake the GoPro like this, and it almost wouldn't look like that, you know? It'd almost still be pretty steady. And everybody was just blown away by the hyper smooth technology for that year. Now we heard with this one, they've come out with Hyper Smooth 2.0. Basically, they've just enhanced it even more to the point where we've already watched some YouTube videos where the people have like a 7 on the thing and an 8, and they're literally going like this. And I mean, it looks steady. You can just see a little bit like that maybe when you're going like this.
And also, they have added to this one, the 8. They've added Hyper Smooth 2.0 Boost.
Yeah, so Boost.
And that makes it look like you're not moving at all, but it does crop your shot.
With Boost, they're literally like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks like they're going like this. But with Boost, the only downfall with Boost, they think they're going to use it a lot in like snowboarding, wakeboarding. But the only downfall is it does crop a little bit. You're going to make me yawn.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
So it does crop a little bit, so you lose some of your whole frame when you do use Boost. But I mean, I'm just in shock because Hyper Smooth itself was just amazing. You almost didn't need a gimbal as of GoPro 7 Black. Now GoPro 8, I mean, it's just insane.
No, Clarice, we're actually using our Google Pixel to do this video.
Yes, yep, it's just a cell phone, and we don't know, at any minute the battery could just drop dead.
Yeah, because we can't see it.
There's a lot of other features,
guys.
but I didn't want to, seem like I'm sponsoring this. We're really happy with this camera. We returned the GoPro 7 like we had 2 days left at Best Buy to return it, and I'm glad we did because I mean, the features here that are geared towards vloggers in general is just amazing. I mean, just the size of this thing, even on the tripod, you could almost throw it in your pocket. And I just want to go over my list here to see if there's anything else we're gonna talk about. Oh, there's a lot of small little improvements they did too, and for us new people, we won't really appreciate them because we don't know a lot already. But they did, you can actually, Hyper Smooth on the other camera, it was only available in like certain modes, whether you're shooting in 4K or 2.7K or 1080p. It depended what resolution you were, taking your footage in. But with this camera now, the Hyper Smooth is available in all resolutions and all modes. So it doesn't matter what mode you're in or anything. So that's amazing, because before you kind of choose like high quality resolution over hyper smooth. Battery size is the same. Battery life isn't too great. I think you might get maybe like 30 minutes. Batteries are pretty tiny too. Let's go ahead and open up the rest of the box here. Since this is an unboxing, we should open up the rest of it. Okay, so GoPro's got a program called GoPro Plus, and they actually give you unlimited cloud storage, and if you're recording in 4K, you're going to need that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then they actually have a damaged camera replacement, and there's no questions asked, which is really good. Once again, they're hard to break, but if you do. And I looked it up, and I think it's only about $4.50 a month.
Which is more than reasonable.
So just for the unlimited cloud storage alone, that's probably worth it. But no, you can just kind of play catch with the camera if you had to. That would be pretty neat, you know, to be able to get it replaced.
And sometimes living with autism can be an extreme sport, so you don't
If
know
you're-
what's going to happen to the camera.
If you're an autism family vlogger, and you might need it even more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hint, TBA, MC, TB. I never get.
TBABTMC.
I can't get your name right, but I will eventually. I promise. I'm sorry. So here's just a caution thing. Need help.
Oh, stickers.
And then we got stickers. They even let us keep these on the return. So now we're starting to get a collection of GoPro stickers.
Woo-hoo.
Let's see. Got a little manual, which is surprising these days. You know, everything you open, you know, you download it on the internet, so that's good.
Sorry. So sorry.
All right, so here's what I want to talk about. The battery is the same size on the GoPro 8 as it is on the GoPro 7, and I believe even the 6. But they did say that this is a new technology, so I'm hoping that the battery life will be a little bit better. But what's cool about these batteries, I mean, look at the size of it. I mean, it's pretty tiny. And
So you just throw some in a bag?
right, and they're not that expensive. They're like 20, 30 bucks. So if you take 2 or 3 of these with you, you're just gonna be able to pop one out, pop one in, and keep going. So that's probably what we'll do.
No more downtime waiting for your phone to charge in the car, stuff like that.
You got your USB cable. Looks like a mount here for like a helmet
Oh,
or
yeah,
something,
for your helmet.
motorcycle helmet. So maybe Ben, Life with Autism Ben, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He has a motorcycle, so this would be really cool for him. I know a lot of people on YouTube, motorcycle with the GoPro. And that's it, guys. Look, that's an empty box. So not too sophisticated, but it's just amazing how many features are in this.
Are the batteries
Little
rechargeable?
thing. Yes, and they actually charge inside the camera. The weird thing is a lot of products, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they give you the USB charger cable, but they're not giving people adapters anymore.
Right.
And adapters can come in like different voltages and stuff, so that kind of concerns me. So we're gonna have to look that up and see what adapter we should be specifically using. But yeah, you can leave the battery. So that was another thing on the old GoPro. It was waterproof, of course, but you had to open certain doors to charge it and stuff. And they've changed it on this one, and I can't quite remember what they've done. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so on the old GoPro, you opened it from the bottom, right where you can't do that anymore because they have the built-in clips, which are just, like I said, amazing because you don't need a case. But I think now it's just one big door to get to the battery. Let's see. I don't even know how to open it. Let's see. So, and you want to be careful when you do open and close these doors if you're near water, because if you don't close the door correctly, your camera is not waterproof anymore, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for you. Well, let me see how this thing
Another
opens.
good reason to maybe just do the $5 a month plan.
Well, oh, for yeah. I hope. Oh, okay. Here we go. So I never even opened it yet, but so there's a little space on the side here, and you just pull down. You'll see some orange, and I know why they did that orange to indicate if you see orange, your camera's not waterproof. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up. This is probably the only door that opens. So before, the way GoPro had it, the battery went in the bottom and the SD card went in the bottom. Now the battery goes on the side, the SD card goes on the side, and the charger port's on the side. Before the charger port was the only thing on the side. Now everything's on the side. on one door here. So let's just go ahead and throw the battery in and see what happens. Okay, battery's in. Of course, don't forget to get a micro SD card or you can't use the camera without it. So we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up. And the sad thing is, we had a 64 gigabyte 4K ultra high definition micro SD for the GoPro 7 Black that we returned.
The keyword there was had, H-A-D, past tense.
Yeah, micro SD cards are really hard to keep track of because they're micro. And it disappeared for a while and we're like, where is it? So when we get the new camera, and I thought it was in the car, in the center console, but tell them where it was at.
So it was in the bottom pocket of a pair of cargo shorts, and when I did the laundry, I checked all pockets but not those, and I found it at the bottom of the washing machine, cracked in a few pieces.
It was literally split in two.
Yeah.
I didn't know they would split in two like that.
I was like, maybe we can fix it, but there was no fixing it.
I mean, just think, guys, like 20 years ago, computers only had 64 gigabyte hard drives, so it's like destroying your whole entire hard drive.
Yeah, it was really
in your pocket.
sad. I just stared at it in the washing machine for like a minute because I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, so thanks to GoPro, at least they included this. And we'll be wrapping up here shortly, guys, because right now Melia should be sleeping downstairs.
Should be.
And Aubrey should be sleeping as well. He's the only one that's, you know, having a challenge here and competing for the latest 3-year-old on a Friday night. It's getting late here. It's 11:24 p.m. Eastern. And this thing's fighting me. Nobody don't touch that. Do you want to show them this real quick? Not that it's a special...
Sure. So, what is it? Oh, it's our mic.
Yeah, that's the mic.
So this is our USB microphone. So for the laptop, if we're editing or anything, it just enhances your sound if you need to talk over a video while editing. You can use it for podcasting and gaming too, if you have a gaming channel or you just game for fun. And it's portable, so if you're like on a vacation or anything, you can still bring it along and edit your videos with it.
And I think it was $30 at Best Buy. It says it's exclusively at Best Buy.
Thank you for coming back.
Hey, Big D. But you can get Amazon to price match it, even though it says exclusively at Best Buy.
Yes.
They did price match.
Because
it was on Amazon.
Because they match up the same, the
Yes.
model number.
Yep. So here's the micro SD card. You can probably not even see it. That's how tiny they are. We're gonna go ahead and pop it in the camera here. I don't even know what way the label's supposed to go, so hopefully I don't jam up the camera here. Okay, it looks like the battery might have to come out to get that in there.
How did you like Chopper?
I love Chopper. We don't have a dog right now. We might get a service dog eventually. But yeah, Chopper is awesome. We actually, our RBT, our ABA therapist, she had a dog that looks like Chopper, I think, and she might get another one. Alright, so we're almost live here with the GoPro.
Oh, I bet he looks awesome in it. Chopper has a new sweater.
Oh, that will be nice.
It's almost his birthday, right?
November 8th is Chopper's birthday, everybody. So please join in from 9 a.m. I think till later. I'm pretty sure. Like 9 to 3, I think. That's from memory though.
Oh, buddy, be careful.
Uh-oh. If the camera falls, that's because Isaac
is way
rolling
past tired and he is rolling on the floor like a slug. And he's just making his way on the carpet without his arms or legs. He's literally just sliding on his toes.
Alright guys, this shouldn't be this hard, but I think it's because it's late and we're tired.
Yep, Big D says, yep, we're invited 9 to 3.
I got it! See, look at that, 9 to 3. Hold on guys, this battery, I'm putting it in wrong, okay? The part that sticks out goes in towards the bottom. That's what I think. Let's see. Nope. Alright, I think this is the end of GoPro.
God bless you, buddy.
I had this problem on the last one too. I almost broke the door on it because you think it's in all the way.
Do you want me to try it?
No, it's fine. Guys never stop and ask for directions.
I wasn't giving you directions. I was just gonna see if I could get it.
Maybe you have to put the SD card in first. I don't know. Something's not lining up here. Let's see. Okay, guys, I got it. I was right. The blue part goes. Let me see here. The blue part, the part that sticks out on the battery, goes towards the bottom, closest to the bottom. There we go. So now you just, the important part, whenever you're moving the battery around and everything, is to make sure you close it. Alright? So we're going to peel the little protector off the LCD screen.
Clarice's heart said never with the puffing smoke emoji about guys never asking for directions.
It's so true. I did not want to stop there and ask for directions. Even if it, you know, we ended up in a different state. So here it is, guys. I got the thing off. I'm going to hit the power button. Let's see if they keep it charged at the factory. Here we go. Oh, there we go. It's loaded up. There we are. Now, people say that the screen looks smaller on this version. It's only because the frame of it on the back is a little bit bigger. So people think the viewing LCD is a little bit smaller.
But it's in reality the same size if you measure it.
And now if you do know what you're doing, unlike us, they do say, the professionals say that there's a lot more settings in here to adjust like your ISO, your lens styles, whether it's wide or linear.
Yeah, they say to use linear for vlogging, I think, right?
Well, linear is better because with GoPro, if you're vlogging and you get too close, it looks like you're talking to people through a fishbowl.
Like you're swimming.
Yeah, you don't want that. So try not to get too close if you get one, because that's how your footage will look. But if you're recording in linear mode, that just makes the lens not look so, you know, fishbowlish, and it comes out nice.
This guy does not want to give in, you guys.
So the battery's not completely charged. It's recording right now.
Question mark.
See, I don't know what ISO stands for. There's so many settings in there that GoPro didn't offer before. So you really got to know like your photography terms.
I feel like Google is going to be our friend.
But the good news is too, you can actually use presets now before you didn't. So if you're like in a dark environment and you had it like night, you know, in different modes and stuff, you could actually save that preset now. Before, you'd have to go back in and remember all those settings. So if you went from a dark room outside to the sun, you'd have to go through and change all the settings again. But now GoPro added presets, so that's kind of cool. And so instead of doing like 4 or 5 different screens, you're only doing one, I think. Let me just see before we wrap it up. It's recording. It's recording right now, I think, right? Can you...
We can't see anything. It's black.
Oh, okay. So let's see. All right. How about now? Am I in the shot?
You are in the shot.
See, so guys, I'm just holding it out a little bit. It's not even on the tripod, and I think I'm perfectly framing myself right now.
You are perfectly.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I mean, look at the size of it. Like you literally, you know, like look. I mean. And a lot of us, of course, we're very, you know, no one likes vlogging in public, right? I mean, some people might, but it's rare. So with this, you know, you don't stand out either. Like, you see a lot of the other vloggers with the expensive cameras, the big fluffy mic. I mean, just the weight of that thing, right? As you're holding it in front of you, you know, you're going to get Popeye arms, you know, you keep doing that. These, I mean, it's just amazing. Like, the size, the weight. Now you don't need a case. Now you don't need a microphone adapter. You can put the external light, you can do the upgraded mic now. I mean, it's just amazing. So we'll do another video, kind of like a demo video of what it will look like. But just want to mention, not sponsored by GoPro at all.
No, just by Grandma and Grandpa.
Just by Grandma and Grandpa.
And if you guys could, in the chat, somehow go and hit the like button for us, that would be very helpful. Please, and thank you.
And I just noticed, I think it powers off and on much quicker than the last version. And that's important too, because let's say you're in the store and you want to catch like a meltdown or, you know, something funny going on. I mean, you pull this thing out of your pocket, as soon as you hit the power button, it goes beep, 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 and you're on.
Good to go.
Yep, and same thing when it goes off. It beeps 3 times and then it turns off. So we're very excited, and we didn't want to open it until we shared it with you guys, just so you could see, because it's kind of a very special time for us to not have to use our phones all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure TB can relate to that because, you know, you're always draining your battery down, you're filling up your phone storage, you could be dropping your phone, you know, then you don't have battery life because you've been recording. So we're happy to definitely put some of it on this instead of the phone. So I'm going to check to see if there's anything else.
Do you guys have any questions that we can maybe answer? Like we said, we don't really know. We're not like experts at it yet, but
and the fact that
done our research.
we are an autism family vlogger, you know, that changes the whole thing here too. I mean, you know, the situations we all get in when you're out there can get pretty crazy, and especially if your child wanders, you know, you need to have your full attention. So, you know, the less stuff you're carrying, the less heavy stuff you're carrying, the better. I mean, Melia uses a Dynavox for her communication, and it's like a tablet, and it weighs a good couple pounds. It's heavy. So we already have that we're lugging around with us. So we didn't
Plus
need...
this guy.
Plus him, yes. Yeah, so we didn't need other things, you know, carrying other things. So, I mean, this is just amazing. Like, we're out there and Melia starts running off and I go to grab her quick and the camera bounces and breaks.
Hey, baby Squash. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, baby Squash. You'll have to watch on replay here. If you don't already have a GoPro, we're talking about the GoPro 8. It comes out on Sunday. And if you pre-order, I think you get a free 32 gigabyte SD card, 4K card with it.
Yep.
So, I think that's it. I think we're good. We're going to start using it tomorrow, recording a bunch of stuff and doing some editing tricks and some cool things with it. And I think that's everything, right?
I think so. Please remember to hit the like button. This is the baby Squash. This is the card that came with it. I think they're still doing the promotion. If you order it through GoPro, this isn't sponsored though. But we got the 4K UHD 32 gigabyte micro. Yes, 4K.
Yeah, the cool thing I want to mention that, guys, actually. So with YouTube, a lot of people, there's controversy. There's controversy over whether we all should be recording in 1080p or 4K. A bulk of people are still doing 1080p. We started off doing 4K and we ended up getting a pretty nice laptop because most computers that aren't like brand new can't handle 4K. The rendering time has really increased. It will slow down. You'll be trying to edit and you can't really see what you're editing. So 4K definitely takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of extra time. When you're recording 4K on your phone, it takes more power from your phone. Your battery just dies quickly. You're taking more storage. I don't think that's going to change a difference.
Baby Squash's daddy uploads in 4K.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. So you can relate to what I'm saying with the 4K. I mean, I wanted to start off in 4K because I figured if you start off in it, then you're just going to be used to it. But I kind of flipped back to 1080p just because it was quicker.
Yep, she said the editing takes a while because it slows down the computer.
Yeah, and then when you go to export out of whatever editor you're using, your rendering time in 4K for, like, let's just say a 10-minute video can take 30 minutes, but if it's in 1080p, it literally can take 3 minutes. So it's a substantial time difference. I do want to mention that the last GoPro 7 Black could record in 4K 60 frames per second. This actually, people thought it might go to 4K 120 frames per second. It didn't. It can still only do 4K 60 frames per second. However, I'm not too educated on slow-mo, like time warp and stuff. But if you guys look this up, it's got some incredible features on time warp.
Yeah, and it does 8 times slow-mo.
And now I guess it can do a higher frames per second and a lower resolution, which helps a lot with slow motion. So that's a big thing that if you look up this camera, and there's a guy, Chris Rogers, look up his channel. He strictly uses GoPro. He's like the next Peter McKinnon, I think. And I mean, some of his time warp videos and his slow-mo videos are incredible, and he just says the improvement from the 7 to the 8 with this stuff is just incredible. I wish I could explain it more.
I think we covered it already, but this, the GoPro 8 now does 1080p for the live stream.
Yes, we did.
stream straight from the GoPro.
We did mention that. The other
You're
versions.
welcome, Kyle. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, thank you for visiting, Kyle. We appreciate everybody in here.
And Clarice, yes, black is the only color for the GoPro 8.
Yeah, they haven't released it in different versions yet.
No.
But I was saying, like she was saying, for us new channels, people who are watching, I know we got some new channels in here. You know, the 4K 60 frames is good and all, but the fact that it can live stream now in 1080p instead of 720p is a big deal. Of course, it is, you know, it can connect to your Wi-Fi, but if you're out in the field with the GoPro and you want to go live, it's not like a cell phone where it has a built-in connection.
Right.
You're probably going to have to hotspot your phone to the GoPro. That's what I'm just guessing. I haven't done it yet. But I definitely don't want to be like a lot of people on YouTube who just like, you know, go live right from like here every day and, you know, you got your whole setup. I want to take people out on our journeys out in public. Maybe
show live what living with autism is. Right,
like show people in the grocery store, you know, give them those evil looks that they do. Things like that I want to capture, and I want to be like on the go and stuff. I think that's, you know, will help a lot of people see the reality of things.
Just an update, guys. This guy couldn't hang, and he is done.
We won against the 3-year-old. So, yeah, definitely not sponsored, but we were just very excited about it. We were counting down the days until it arrived. And we wanted to do this too just because it's kind of cool. We usually never get anything before it comes out. We're not that cool and techie.
And we were not expecting to get it before it came out at all.
No.
So it was a nice little surprise when the guy showed up at the door yesterday with the box.
And so just remember, you got to appreciate the small things. And the small things here is, once again, these clips. I just love how you pop them out.
It's 11:39 here to Baby Squash, but this guy thought that he could just last all night, I guess. Their bedtime is 8 o'clock.
So look, I just put it in the little thing. You just line it up. No case like the old one. Like it was literally a big old case you slapped over it. Then you just take that. You line up the screws on the Joby, and then you just pop it through the side here, and drop the GoPro for the first time. No, just kidding. Hopefully not.
Thank you, Baby Squash. We hope that they come out pretty cool too. They hope we make some cool videos with it.
Yes, I'm excited. I've been watching a lot of like different people who use the GoPros full time, and it's just it's really exciting to see the skill that they have with just something so tiny and something you can just throw around, and what you see from it. Like I said, look up Chris Rogers. He's got about maybe 250,000 subscribers, but he does 99% GoPro, and his footage is just unbelievable. He won, I think, the $1 million GoPro challenge. So it's just, for us all learning, it's just something good to see, I think, and kind of be inspired and motivated by.
And Melia is an occasional wanderer, so it's really nice to know that it's like rugged and waterproof. We do go to the beach a lot, so if we're like filming birds or something and she takes off for the water, like she does almost every time we go, and we have to jump in the water, we don't have to worry about, hey, grab the camera, or the camera's going to get ruined because we need to say Melia.
And at the ocean, of course, if you bring this with you and you're out there getting beat up by 10-foot waves, they sell this orange little buoy case that goes over it, because if you drop this thing and you get hit by a wave...
Oh yeah, we totally get that, Baby Squash. Thank you so much for coming in.
Baby Squash.
And have an awesome night. Sweet dreams.
Yes. Thank you so much. So if you're at the ocean and you're out having fun and you drop it, it could be gone forever. But they have an orange thing. It's like a little floating case you put around it, and so if you drop it, I mean, it's super bright orange. When it pops back up, you know, you're gonna find it. Just, you know, hopefully no one else finds it before you do. But yeah, so even that's cool at the ocean.
And we have to wait until next year because there's no more events. But Melia loves doing the Surfers for Autism events. We have a video of one of those events. And we have another one coming out.
We have another one. They had just the last one at Jacksonville Beach here in Florida. It was the last event for the year, I believe. I think there might have been one more. And it's so hard, as you guys know, with YouTube, keeping up, working full time, doing schooling and therapy appointments. We have more footage than what we can keep up with, which is probably a good problem to have. So we're going to release that video. Unfortunately, I didn't have this.
So it'll be nice next year to have the GoPro 8 and be able to actually get some great footage without worrying about the equipment.
I was literally out in the ocean, guys, with my Google Pixel phone, And
Yeah, Baby Squash says we should put it on its own surfboard.
oh, that would be cool. That'd
for
be really
sure.
cool. I think they make the mounts for surfboards too.
Kyle, Surfing USA. You guys get funny as it gets late. You guys are getting tired.
We can't get any kind of copyright strikes though, right guys? So,
well, no, because that was a Surfing USA.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're just surfing in the
surfing.
USA. There's nothing wrong with that.
With a G.
So yeah, you know, it's gonna be awesome at the beach for
Be
sure.
sure to say hi if you're in the chat or if you're in the live.
Yes, yeah, because it shows we got 7 people there. That's very exciting.
Yes.
That's our lucky number. Our wedding anniversary is 777.
Yes.
I have no problem at all remembering that, right? Like just go to the casino, 777. But yeah, so there was something else, but I really have a bad short-term memory.
We were talking about Melia was surfing, and then Baby Squash had to put it on the surfboard, and we were talking about editing and how we have extra footage.
So, any people out there vlogging with family in general, but of course with autism, this thing is tough. Right now, the last one we were treating it like a baby. Like we're carrying it, we're literally walking like this with it, you know, like, oh, you got it, you got the GoPro, I got the GoPro, and we're like acting like it's a little infant.
And Aubrey wanted to film something, and we're like, we're not sure, but like clearly it would be fine if she was filming with it.
But then you watch a few people on YouTube out there dirt biking with it and and throwing it to each other.
Mountain biking
and crashing into trees with it.
Snowboarding and wakeboarding.
It's gonna take some time, you know, like our first good scratch on it to loosen up. But I mean, like I said, for $4.50 with unlimited cloud storage.
Yeah, you spend $4.50 on ridiculous stuff.
I mean, it's like a rental car, right, guys? Like you get the rental car, you put the $8.99 a day on it, and you just drive down the road, hitting that orange barricade, ba-boom, ba-boom. You just bring it back, you know?
And nobody ever rented a car to them again. No, I'm just kidding.
Please, no rental companies tune in. We have a loaner car right now, so I'm treating it nice, Volkswagen, okay? All right, so I think that's all. It's late, and this is our first live, you know, in a stationary spot without too many kids running around.
That we actually planned to do. The other ones were kind of tests.
They were tests, and just to let you guys know, we are using that Streamlab app.
Yes.
And so far, it's been a decent app. It is a little bit difficult to learn. A lot of times, you don't know when you're live, when it says you're live, and I tried to do 720p on the live to help it with the bandwidth, and it still put it in 1080p, so I'm not sure how the quality is.
Speaking of the lives, this is not GoPro related, but Aubrey's tooth finally fell out of dinner tonight, so
yes,
you will see
if you
her
saw the
without a
live
tooth. Yeah.
the other night, we stopped it just in time before, it was not good.
No, but it still hung on there, like literally.
It was her front tooth, and it was just going sideways and front and back.
Terrible.
It was not a nice sight.
Just
and
terrible.
Tonight she just goes, I took a sip of my drink and my tooth came out.
Yeah.
And it worked out good. So she's definitely expecting a payout.
Yeah,
And
she went to bed quick tonight.
Yeah, she told us we got to go to bed early so we don't interrupt the tooth fairy.
Yeah, she's like, don't be on your live too long because the tooth fairy needs to come.
Yes, so before we go, do you have any questions about this camera or maybe a camera before? If you are working on a budget like a lot of us are, I would highly recommend the GoPro 7 Black, because with this coming out, it's just like a new car. Like when a new car comes out, the older models get cheaper, it brings down the value. The GoPro 7 Black is definitely going to be on sale now, and it has everything this camera has. So we'll just wait a second here and see if go Aubrey. That's right. She did a good job.
Or any questions about Melia or autism.
She got that front tooth knocked right out. And all she wants for Christmas now is just one front tooth. She's not even asking for two, just one.
Yeah, but the one next to it is loose now, she said.
Oh, okay. So I'm just looking at Amanda's phone here just to see. I know I've talked about a lot, and I'm very scatterbrained, and I'm sure we'll
get... And it's almost midnight here.
It's almost midnight, yep. And we're driving 3 hours in the morning, a road trip, down to like the Tampa area. I think where Kevin's from, if he's still tuned in.
Clarice wants to know if we'll come back and give an update once we've done a few videos with it.
Yeah, hi Terry Miller, how are you tonight?
Hi!
Hello, thanks for joining in live here. It's now almost midnight here on the East Coast. We're burning the midnight oil almost.
We were going over this GoPro 8, which is not sponsored by GoPro, but is sponsored by Grandma and Pop, my parents.
It's an early Christmas present.
Christmas in October.
So we're celebrating right now Christmas in October.
Woo! And this dude thought he could hang for the live, but he was mistaken.
Honestly, this is probably the best Christmas present I've ever gotten. So I hope the other grandma and grandpa aren't watching, because, you know. Yes, yeah, this little dude couldn't hang. He was out here telling camera specs and talking about the GoPro, and he just boop.
Make sure you guys hit the like, please.
All right, so you're joining in at last minute here, Terry. So sorry about that, but we're getting ready to wrap up. We got a big road trip in the morning. We're going to visit some very special people, and
we'll vlog it.
We're going to a very scary place tomorrow night, Halloween related. So that should be cool.
We might even go live from there.
We might go live from there if Verizon provides us enough bandwidth to do so, guys. Keep that in mind when you try to go live mobile. It all depends on your cell phone network.
If we can't go live, we'll try to at least take some cool videos.
And I will tell you right now, Verizon, if you're in a big city and you're in a busy area, you will not get provided the data you need. Sometimes not even enough to pull driving directions.
Hi Janice, thanks for joining in.
Yes, hi Janice, Ryan. We were just going over the GoPro here. We're getting ready to wrap up.
The new one, the GoPro 8.
Yes, whatever new vlog comes out on this thing, I'm hoping it will be incredible. It's definitely going to be very clear footage and very smooth footage, because the new feature of the Hyper Smooth 2.0, where you can literally go like this and it will look like this, which is great when you have 3 kids that are all running in circles, jumping over you, jumping on your back.
So if there's any questions about the GoPro or autism in general, or Melia or us, before we sign off, we're happy to answer them.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions about the GoPro, I mean, literally, I've probably watched about 30 hours of content on it, where my eyes are burning out of my head and I just can't stop watching. So
You're tired, but you just can't turn it off.
I've learned a lot about the GoPro, so if you guys do have any questions and you don't want to ask them now,
lucky number 7.
Go ahead and leave the comments on the replay, and we'll definitely do our best to respond. Of course, there's a ton of YouTube videos coming out on it, but we don't mind answering your questions. A lot of those guys are too big to answer comments anymore. We are not. We hope that we can still maintain that.
And we got a 3-hour drive, so I have time.
Yes, that's true. As the channel grows, we can answer it. But anybody tuning in, just so you know, it's the GoPro 8. It's not out yet till Sunday, October 20th.
Hi, Doug.
It is out in other countries, though, so you can go ahead and see some videos on YouTube from the other countries.
Janice, actually, so does Melia. She is nonverbal, and she is considered level 3 severe autism.
Yep, Janice, it sounds like you can relate. I know with autism, you know, of course, you've got so many different levels of it. Melia is nonverbal. It seems like with our new adventure here on YouTube, we've run into just an insane amount of Asperger's, where they can talk and they can tell you what they've been through. And to me, that kind of gives us a better understanding of Melia, since she can't talk to us, but they can. But we don't get to talk to a lot of nonverbal parents of, you know, nonverbal children. So I think it is kind of a whole different, you know, situation. I know TB was on here earlier, and his 2 children, one is verbal and one is non-verbal. Yes. So he, you know, sees both sides of that. So he could definitely relate.
How does your son communicate? Melia uses a Dynavox. It's like a speech tablet.
Yes, Janice. Yeah, we use the Dynavox. We've tried sign language, but her fine motor skills are not that good.
Great at all.
And she tried repeating like a lot of the same sign over and over again.
She was pretty much signing candy and more for everything.
Yeah. And hi Doug, just if you're tuning in, I don't know if you noticed, we were talking about the GoPro 8 here. Our grandparents purchased it for us as an early Christmas present for October. It's Christmas in October.
Woo!
We were saying it's one of the best presents we've probably ever gotten.
Yeah.
And we're glad to get it early, and we even got it earlier before the release date. So that's why I wanted to do this tonight. Wanted to get on here and do this live. Because, you know, it's not often. We have old cell phones. We have old everything. We kind of get everything after, you know, it's come out to save money. As a special needs family, that's something you kind of got to focus on if you're not like a doctor or a lawyer. We are not. And so this was just an amazing present, and this definitely was motivational, showed us some support here, and we hope to make some killer vlogs with it.
Oh, that's really sad. I would look into the Dynavox. I would get it for you, but it's all the way downstairs. But I can get with you and show you how it looks, or you could probably Google. It's called, I'll write it down because it's a chat.
So while she's typing to Janice there, we'll kind of multitask. As I said before, this is a gimbal for any new channels watching right now. Gimbals are good for when you're starting out. I think you can get them for like $100 at Walmart. They basically do what the GoPro does, hyper smooth. It just makes your footage look so much better. It's not like that shaky cell phone footage. And you can control it. There's a toggle right here that goes left to right. And it will actually go left to right. You can make it attached to a person. It will follow that person. It connects Bluetooth. And this company that makes this one's the DJI Osmo. They're making some of the best drones right now.
Terry wants to know if the stand came with it, which it did not.
Oh, the tripod right here, Terry? So Terry, this is the Joby. It's a brand name tripod. And basically, there's a bunch of aftermarket ones, but you know, being that it's moving parts, if you can see, you can kind of make your own design here with it. And I assume on the cheaper ones, they will kind of go bad. This is a Joby, and Joby's kind of, I think, the higher end of them. And so basically just attaches to the bottom with this thing right here. And then let's say you're at like a haunted house and you want to get some good footage, but you're in a field. You could literally take this thing, and if there's like a beam or a wooden pallet, you could just easily attach to that wooden pallet just by going like that. Yeah. And then you're recording whatever's right there in 4K resolution. And you could even be live streaming if you have a phone that's capable to do that. So that's the stand it's on. Most vloggers, they walk around looking like this. And so this will be nice too, because we've been using our phone like this. So now we can just walk around like this, you know. And it just gives you a much better feeling when you've got it connected to something. Because before, when you don't have one of these, you're holding the camera like this, and you're putting your hands over the lens, you're grabbing the mic, you're blocking it, you're muffling your sound. So, you know, even if you can't get the Joby, try to get whatever you can, because you don't want to walk around holding the camera. I mean, this is just, I haven't even used one of these yet, but I'm excited just for this thing that holds it. And as we were saying earlier, now the GoPro, you used to have a case that would go over the GoPro to attach this, and now you don't need that case anymore. So that's kind of cool. It just attaches and you're good to go. So here's the tripod, and then the only thing I see kind of troublesome here, guys, is getting this to sit nicely the way you want it as a tripod. But all right, so is there anything else you want to talk about?
I was telling her that if the speech therapist says that he needs it, they should be able to get it for him.
Yes.
That's how definitely. We got Melia's. We got hers through her speech company.
Yep. You just keep asking the speech therapist a lot of questions. Just keep going back and forth.
And it is a process. So the speech therapist will say that he needs it, and then they will have to have a Dynavox rep actually come out, and they'll talk to you and to him and the speech therapist and have him do like a little trial. That's what they did, right?
Yes.
And then they'll say, okay, you keep this one for like 3 months while we get yours, and then you'll get your permanent one. And it does come with a case normally. Melia's pretty rough with hers, and she hasn't broken it, so it must be a pretty good case. But yeah, insurance should cover it for sure, as long as the speech therapist asks.
And as I said before, a lot of new electronic devices, I'm not sure why, but they don't come with power adapters anymore. So the only thing GoPro gives you is a regular USB on the end, and then a USB-C on this end, which our phones use USB-C. But this is it. So we're going to have to find an adapter, hopefully that matches up like the voltage, the input and the output, and hope that it works with the GoPro.
Terry said thank you for the great information.
You're welcome, Terry. So we're going to go ahead and charge this up. And I think we're going to start closing out here.
Yeah.
Remember, the video always replays, so
Yeah, if you think of anything after, you can always go back in. I think it takes a couple minutes for it to process, but once it's processed, you can go back in and comment.
And also, if you could right now, just go ahead and give a nice little love tap to the like button, because right now we're showing the number 0. So that would put a big smile on our face if you could go ahead and just tap that little thumbs up like that. I think we're good here. So
Yep,
if we don't
it's
have
about
any more
midnight
questions,
here, and we are, like we said, we are driving tomorrow.
and I might even do another video once I become more well versed with the GoPro about the details and stuff of it, like what features you should record in, and vlogging and stuff like that. Because I know, it seems like the flow with YouTube.
You're welcome, Clarice. Thanks for hanging out for so long.
Yes, thank you for staying till midnight.
Have a great night.
I think with YouTube, what we're seeing now being so new, a lot of your support. Do you need to be burped? A lot of the support right now is coming from other channels. We all kind of are supporting each other. I think it's kind of like the natural path on YouTube when you're beginning, when you're starting out. So I think this information is very valuable to other channels. So I think once I learn the camera a little bit more, and I don't have to read from a piece of paper like this and take notes and everything, I will do another video and share this information with everybody, because I think if we work together like that, it would be very, very helpful for some good footage. Alright guys.
Alright, we're going to go. Good night. Thank you. Please remember to hit that like button.
And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Remember, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Nope. And it's up to you if you want to hit the notifications or not. If you're like me, I hit the notifications a lot on everybody. So throughout the day, my phone, the top of my phone is just full of YouTube
Good night,
notifications.
Terry. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, good night, Terry. Thank you for staying to basically the next day with us.
Yes.
You probably may be in California time. And all right, we got 8 people in here. We started off talking to ourselves, so that's just that definitely helps you talk a little bit more. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Kirsty, yes, thank you. Thank you for showing some love there, and thank you for staying till midnight. And remember to hit that like button on your way out.
Thank you, guys.
You just gotta close out the live chat, and then hit the little X on the live chat, and then hit that little like button. And we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna walk on over. And I bet my phone's probably...
and my phone just died, guys.
Yep, this phone's dying right now, so my phone's probably next. So we would have been talking to ourselves without even realizing.
Not knowing it. We would have been over here till 1 just talking.
So,
alright, good night. Thank
good night,
you.
guys.
Please hit the like button and
thank you so much for joining in. We appreciate it a lot. I'm glad we didn't have to talk to ourselves for an hour.